everybody take over, the party's over. Tell them betrayers finito, the game is over. I feel the force over me like a bando's over. Tell them return of the one only Master Yoda. When I'm around rocking, there's no more umbrella. She's Bonnie, I'm Clyde, she's Scooby, and I'm the over. Haters, I'm ready to turn them in hard believers. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova. Shine everywhere like a supernova. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova. Everybody take over, the party's over. Tell them betrayers finito, the game is over. I feel the force over me like a bando's over. Tell them return of the one only Master Yoda. When I'm around rocking, there's no more umbrella. She's Bonnie, I'm Clyde, she's Scooby, and I'm the over. Haters, I'm ready to turn them in hard believers. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova. Shine everywhere like a supernova. I'm gonna shine everywhere like a supernova.
Mic check. What it do? What is up? Welcome to Club Shada episode number 167. Last episode of the year. Next time we see each other, we in 2022. So most of us survived. Yo. Congratulations to everybody who survived. And rest in peace to those who didn't. And listen, blessings to everybody who lost somebody, which means everybody. We all lost somebody that we cared from near or far. So yeah, this goes out to all of us. Welcome to all the new subscribers in the channel. Rosaleta, Gatman. This list should just continue and not stop at the end. Like, who programs this thing? Abdallah, welcome to Shada Gang. Well, actually, there he is. What up, Abdallah? Welcome. Leah Mukupi, DJ Jordan official. Why do people call themselves official or something? Like, just call yourself Kaysha. Like, I'm not Kaysha official. Like, I never understood that. Anyway, Jordy, yo. I'm not reading this name. Andy. Yo. Welcome to Club Shada. Whoever you are in Korea. Welcome to Club Shada. Kwame, etc. Welcome home. This show is brought to you by shadaware.com and the gods of good fortune. It's my pleasure to be with you guys tonight to spend this last day of 2022 and 21. Sorry, this last day of 2022. I mean, it's not the last day. There's another 2 days. Today's 30th of December. It's midnight. For some of you, it's still the 21st. But we still have the 30th, then the 31st. And then we're rolling into 2022. As I said, on the 22nd of... On the 1st of January, 2022. If you guys are available, I'll stream. But I'll stream late. Meaning I celebrate the new year, enter the new year, and then I might go live at, I don't know. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. So maybe at 2 a.m. for me. I don't know. It really depends on you. And then and if I go live, everybody has to bring their suit or be dressed, because then I will call everybody on camera. So yeah, I want to acknowledge and thank the stream royalty of the Club Shada, the official stream royalty, Sirène des Îles, with, in this month of December, $63 of donation. Thank you so much for your support, and all the sponsors. You can sponsor with your super chats down there somewhere. You click on the $sign. You say how much you want to donate to support this show, and there you go. Of course, if you can, for whatever reason, but you have a Spotify, an Apple Music, a Tidal account somewhere where SoundCloud go, somewhere where paying subscription to listen to music, you can just listen to one of my albums back to back, or two of my albums, or three, or some singles, and you can support the show this way. Or you can go to Shadaware and buy yourself anything, and this would be your way of supporting the show. Of course, the music that you're listening in the back from Angel City are here. So tonight we're listening to the lo-fi hip-hop playlist, and let's get to it. You see, Mountain, 14 minutes of introduction. This leaves the time for everybody, for most of the people to come in. There's still more that will come. But bada bing, bada bang. 5 minutes of music, 5 minutes of music. Intro, talking a bit, blah, blah, blah. Cha-cha-cha, introducing this, that, logos. Whoop, up. 15 minutes. 11 people. 12. How many playbacks? 64. Boom. That's what I meant. Lil Maro. What's good, brother? I hope you're good. Queen Julie. How are you? I know that your spirit is lifted now. I know that. Master Electronic. Thanks for the love. It is returned. Can't wait either. What's good, la milliardaire? How are you? I hope you're good, because I'm good. Don't forget to leave your likes. Some people are here watching, but they're not leaving the likes. Malcolm Beats, how are you, brother? Oh, look at this guy reappearing. Where were you? We missed you. You've like disappeared for 10 episodes. Been a month. Were you working? Where were you? Give me a second. Give me a second. It's the last episode of the year.
Yeah, no, I finally got it. Thank you. Allô? Yeah, I did. Allô?
Oui, allô, bonjour.
Oui, bonjour.
Comment allez-vous?
Ça va très bien, et toi?
My name is Mr. Shada. You
Mr. Who?
Mr. Shada from
Oh, okay, yes, of
from
course.
Club Shada. And
Yes.
you are live on air.
Am I?
Everybody say hi to Trisha.
But I'm coming.
I know
I'm
you come.
joining, like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm joining, though.
I know you're coming, but I was like, hey, just say hi to everybody too. Merry Christmas.
Hi. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody.
There you go. See you soon. See you in a bit.
All right, see you.
Ciao.
Bye.
Hey, so where were you? What it do, Joel? What's good? Thank you. I don't remember where I bought it, but yeah, I think it's from that brand that forgot the name. So I'm not gonna. Anyway. Whoa, Dion McKay, what up? Long time. Ezekiel, il est debout. Of course, there's no school. Fogo de artifícios. Acho que não. Não sei, porque sabes, ano passado. Let me reply. Last year they were saying that there would be nothing and nobody could go in the streets, but I still heard the fireworks, but there was nobody in the street, so it was strange. I don't know. So I have to check it out because I'd love to go see the fireworks, but they cannot be like all these people at the same time, especially with you know. Yo. Écoute, parfois on fait qu'une heure ou deux. Welcome back, Twin Beats. Listen, congrats on doing a live. Like, people, you should go to Joel Amen TV. I mean, if you speak Lingala, because he's been doing a live every single day, but 10 minutes lives. But that's cool. That's cool. Do you promote them on the Ecamm? No, you don't use Ecamm. Where do you promote them? That's the question. Ellis boys, happy holidays. DJing and working, nice. Well, we missed you. See? This is what I do. This is what I do. Yeah, listen, it's last episode of the year, so listen. Some people, you have their numbers, you call them to say hi, you know. Let me call Lil Mauro. But Lil Mauro, the problem, he never replies. This guy never replies for some reason. He's here watching, but then he never replies. Ah, Lil Mauro.
Yo.
What up?
Je suis en train de terminer mon service.
Oh, nice.
Tu m'appelles pendant le live.
Eh ben oui. Donc toi, tu mets des commentaires pendant que tu es en train de travailler.
Surprise.
Non. C'est juste parce que, voilà, c'est la fin d'année. Hein. C'est la fin d'année, on appelle les gens. On dit bonjour aux gens. C'est ça, non? C'est important, non?
Ouais, il y a encore 2 jours de répit. Ça se passe comment le live là? Parce que j'ai commencé à parler avant que ce soit ouvert, les sites soient ouvertes, mais là je suis en train de terminer mon service, donc après j'allais suivre.
À tout à l'heure.
Tout le monde est là?
Tout le monde est là, on est tous là.
Le Shada Gang est là?
Le Shada Gang est là.
Ok, c'est cool.
Bon,
j'espère que le show va être terrible comme dimanche dernier.
mon cher.
I can't wait, j'ai dit, je ne peux pas attendre.
La guerre.
Ah ouais, la vraie guerre même. Ouh.
Allez, à plus.
À tout de suite.
Ciao.
Ciao.
What can I say? The Shada Gang is doing right. Listen, I want to talk to you about some things tonight. And, talk to you about looking forward. But before that, I wanna ask you, how do you see the end of the year for you? Like, do you to look forward? I wouldn't say that you have to look back, but it's important to also know what's back there, because this is what we learn from, right? So my question is, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, what is he saying? But I mostly get like 90%. But you should check it. When you look in the rear view of the last 2 years, right? So we've been in a pandemic. We've lost people. We've some of us, including me, have been sick. And how do you, if you would do a year in review of 2020 and 2021, and your achievements, could you just turn yourself into somebody completely new, or were you just beaten up by the year, or like how do you feel? Like, before I tell about my own experience and how I see, I would love to know about you guys, like how this 2021, now that it's ending, and after 2022, I remember saying something, and it was a prediction, and that turned right. I was like, what if 2020 is just rehearsal for 2021? And actually, that's what happened. 2021 was worse than 2020. But I mean, no government is gonna have the courage. I mean, who knows? But no government is gonna have the courage to put people back on quarantine, because it would be, I mean, unless there's really a threat. But I think people would revolt. People are just tired of the whole mess, the whole thing. So we all had to adapt, because either you adapt or you gone, or you lose your job, or you lose whatever. And I would love to know, like, could you adapt to the new life, or could you And when you see like 2021, do you see it more as a positive year for you, or do you see it as a negative year? Let me know in the comments while I'm drinking. Let me know, how do you see this year? J'attends, hein? Personne ne veut répondre, quoi. All right, okay. What up, Malcolm Walk? My end of the year is just proof something. Always believe in God and never give up. It was an horrible year for me, but I know 2022 for me will be much better. A new beginning. Je ne l'ai pas rencontré. That was your year? So, as you are replying, I'm gonna tell you like how I feel like 2021 was for me. I believe that for me it was hard with school, and with the COVID it was school at home, but I hope it will be better that next year. Yeah, school from home is hard unless you are used to it, because I think like most people, we are wired so that some places represent some stuff. Me, for example, when I'm home, I like to rest, I like to watch TV, I like to do nothing. And outside, I like to be active. Even if I work from home, I still know how to chill from home as well. When I'm outside, I'm a different person. And when I'm in another country, it's even worse. I'm just moving, doing things, meeting people, etc., etc. You see what I mean? So for a lot of people, staying at home and trying to do what you do in another setting is a very hard adaptation for some people. And most people, they like to put one thing in one place. Sans commentaire, deuxième bureau. I saw that one. Wait. So she's downloading videos instead of coming and say hi. Ah, Dalia, vraiment. Tu vois, quand les gens deviennent connus, quand ils commencent à avoir plein de followers, on oublie tout le monde. Ah! Il n'y a pas de problème. Faites les choses. About what you said, Julie, you have to always believe. And you know, I really believe that for a lot of people, listen, there's a lot of things we can control and they can make our year horrible. That is a true certainty. But then the way you react to the things that are going on, the way that you just stay like, you stay in a ball and you're like, oh my God, it's horrible, and you don't do nothing, would make the thing that is thrown at you by life way more horrible, than if you were somebody who things happen, but you keep it moving. You don't stay, you keep doing your work, you keep going through whatever is your goal. And this is what something I always say is the more important is to always see forward. If you see forward and you look in the horizon and not at what's going on right now, even if what is going on right now is beating you up, you will still have this resilience and this possibility of making things happen while things are happening. To give you an example, unless I'm sick and like sick in a way where I can't stand and I'm really like, I really need to be in my bed, or I'm traveling and I can't produce this show. I took a commitment 2 years ago, almost, or maybe 2 years ago already, to be live twice a week. And I'm going to talk about me after, but it's just to tell you that whenever I come here, nobody has an idea that how was my day. My day could be horrible. My day could be great. I could have a stressful day with my baby girl, or I could have something with my son that I had, something to fix about him, his teeth, something, whatever, paying something that I need to pay for his education, and it cost me an arm, and it's stressful because I wanted to do something else with that money, or maybe fight with my wife, or people talking bad about me, or whatever stuff that can affect you if you pay attention to them, right? Or somebody just died, or somebody's sick in my family, and I'm stressed about it. But still, midnight and 30, I'm here, and I'm not here because of this episode. I can always miss an episode, but I'm here because in my head I'm building something for the future, and I want to arrive to episode 1000 of this show and be like, yo, I have 1,000 episodes. So even episode 500, and be like, yo, this is episode 500, and look back and be like, wow, look what I built and what it generated for me, etc., etc. But I'm going to talk about me after that. But it was just to give you an idea of, to me, something that is very important is really how you take stuff. And something I learned from philosophy is that stoicism, which is a way of being where when things happen to you, you try to react only after thinking about it. Like a lot of times things happen, and the first thing that happen is stress, anxiety, anger, happiness, whatever. But if in between the two, you put a buffer of thinking, of analyzing the things that are happening, then a loss is not a loss anymore. A loss becomes a lesson way quicker than it's a loss. And a victory becomes an achievement, and it becomes also a pattern of something that you can learn to how you arrive there, so you can recreate it, and it's not something that is random, because you are not like, no, you like, oh, yeah, cool, okay, next phase. Like some people, they turn victories into losses because they don't think, because they are very emotional. And my wife always said that I'm a robot. I'm somebody that just don't feel nothing. It's not true. I feel a lot of things, but I learned with the years how to interiorize things and just try to deconstruct why something is happening and why something is not happening, and what I can do about it and what I can control about it. And this is where you learn that the things that you cannot control, listen, there's no being frustrated about the things you can't control will take you nowhere other than in stress. And stress is not good for health. I find this year half and half, because a lot of people have passed away. And as for me, it was great to see my dad that I haven't seen since he moved to Cape Verde. Wow. Amazing, yeah. 6 years, that's a long time. So I can imagine how it feels. Beautiful. it's lovely that you saw your dad. And yeah, alfalfa is a good way of seeing the year. I would say. 2021 would have been great if we didn't have to deal with all the Trump-loving people and their warped opinions. Being in quarantine wasn't a big deal for me. So, yeah, interestingly, this is a very... I mean, you live in the US, so us out there in Europe, we had everything Trump and everything that went with it. We got it more like we watch a movie. We can turn off. You live there. Us, we were not there. Haven't been in the US for a long time. I mean, I was there 2 or 3 years ago before the pandemic. But to me, the thing is this: with the US, something about my opinions that I love is that my opinions are moving. My opinions are just, I have my first opinion when something just happened, and then they just keep moving as what a boss lady, welcome. Like they keep moving as the whatever happens, or just as I converse with people, or just as my mind keeps thinking about situations. And I think there's something broken about the US, where not only the people who are more leaning to the right are kind of taken hostage by those who are in the far right, but those who are on the left are also taken hostage by those who are on the far left. And it just created a real division where most people used to be. And listen, it's also happening in France now, where I have a lot of friends that I really we don't agree when it comes to political spectrums, and but we could have great conversations. We could have conversations about politics, conversations about even about things that we don't agree, but we would always learn from each other. After the conversation, we would always leave, even after a debate, we would always leave the debate with, let's say I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm going 100% this way and the person is going 100% that way. At the end of the conversation, maybe I would go 95 that way and a little bit more her way or his way, and the person would go 95 that way, because there's sometimes, like, there's some stuff that we can agree on, even if we disagree on the way things should work, etc., etc. But because of media, because of social media, because of the way people are, and the way a lot of people are entitled, and a lot of people are obsessed with their own opinions. In the last 2, 3, 4 years, we've seen a world where people are seeing opinions as religious gospel, where, to me, an opinion is an opinion. Like, you can hate eating mangoes, and one day you talk to the right person, or you go to the right place, or maybe you go to a place where there's only mango, anything is mango, and you have all type of food, but the menu is only mango, and you don't have a choice because you're hungry. You try something and you're like, mango is not so bad, and then you change your mind. But everybody in media, everybody is making it so that whenever there's an opinion, it feels like people are ready to fight for that opinion, and are also ready to hate other people who don't share that opinion. And to me, it's not just the Trump people. The people that are on the other side are the same. They are, like, a lot of people that are thinking progressive left, etc., they tend to believe that what they think is right. And once, if you tell them, what about this? They will always attack you with the emotional standpoint. And it just go to what I was saying to Julie. Me, I don't like to have emotional reactions to neither to opinions, neither to fact, neither to people. Like I'm not gonna hate somebody that I don't know. And a lot of people, they want to hate a lot of people that they don't know. When you put comments on YouTube, I put out a lot of videos that I watch on YouTube. I leave comments, and when I leave comments, most of these people, there's a lot of people, they agree or they disagree with me. But there's a lot of people, just because they disagree, they start by insulting you all the time. They start by, you don't understand shit, or you piss up, or whatever. And you're like, or some people, like this morning, somebody wrote me a full dissertation about a comment that I made. It was a comment about that girl who spilled soup on somebody, and because her soup was too cold, too hot, or whatever, so she came back to the person who was at the counter, and she came to complain. And instead of just understanding whatever, one of those entitled people, the Karens, how you call them, she just spilled the soup on the face of that person. And my comment was, this person deserves a little bit of jail time, 1 day or 2 in jail. I don't remember what did I say after that. So some jail, a lawsuit, or to lose her job or something like that, and an uppercut. Yeah, you deserve to get punched in the face. And then you have 300 comments under my comments. Some people telling me, violence, like, where are all these soft people? Where are they all coming from? No, don't resort to violence. Where I come from, you do that, you get punched in the face, and it's normal. And when the cops come and they say, oh, did you punch him in the face? Yeah, because he did that to me. Yeah, I would have punched him in the face too. Okay, mister, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. Let's go. But because a lot of people are just in this dogma of everything, then you have some people writing to me long pieces about, trying to explain me law, whatever. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like and I said, this person deserves that. I don't care what happens. Like, but everybody wants to be invested in everything like crazy these last 5 years. And sometimes I look at people and I'm like, wow, people should get a life. And not only the people who want to vote for extreme far right. On the other side, the same thing. People are the same thing. Like everybody who's is advocating for something, or is in the propaganda of something, or everybody who's in fighting for whatever injustice are becoming fascists themselves. People who are fighting for these rights, those rights, the black, the gays, the this, the that. All of them are acting the same. Everybody want to cancel somebody, and what's good, respect à LC. Personne n'est jamais en retard ici. C'est la famille, c'est une maison. You come and you go. Thank you. It happens. Oh mon Dieu, il a fait l'amour sur un de mes sons. Hey Nadia, what up? Yeah, listen, some people are not liking this. I don't know why. You know so okay, you know exactly my weaknesses, how I can be emotional. Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is this, once you know what are your flaws as a person, I know my flaws as a person, and I try to work around it. The things I can change, I try to make them better. And then, because we all wired a certain way, right? But then the things that I cannot change about myself, I try to transform the way I work to change that. For example, it's something I will talk about in a future live. But the reason why I 300 comments on the comments, crazy. The reason why, for example, I don't produce artists anymore is because I realized that I don't know how to, how can I say? I don't know how to exploit people. Like, it's something that I like to work with people. I like to explain to people what I'm doing, how I'm doing. If they want to invest with me, I will always tell you, do you want to invest in this project, or do I invest myself, or invest with my partner, whatever? And most of the time, all they want is to become famous, right? And then once they become a little bit famous and they start making a little bit of money from their shows, but then they see the money you make from them, and then they start saying that you're exploiting them, that they are your slaves, whatever. When, like, yeah, I'm making money because I invested. And like, and most of the time, anybody who lies to them about whatever they can do for them, they just go there. And at a point, I was just like, you know, working with artists is complicated because most of them are psychos. But if you work with somebody and the person is complicated, but you earn, every time you do an album, you earn like 300,000 euros or dollars or more or whatever, plus the copyrights, etc., it makes sense. You just like, well, you know, talk on the phone for 1 hour, you clean whatever that's in their mind, whatever people are telling them, and then you keep it moving. Because in the end, it's about the money you're going to make too, and the art that you're going to create together. But once, you know, at a point, you end up in the streaming world where you generate 10 times less money from the same project, and sometimes 100 less money. And to generate money, you have to push it different. Then you end up having asking yourself, is it worth it, right? And you know that there's the betrayal. And I realized I know that you win in the end, but because I know I win in the end because of I have a 30 years experience of working with people and etc. But you know, it hurts every time that somebody betrays you after you put all your time, the time that you should spend with your kids, the time you should spend with your family, with your girlfriends. I say friends because some of them, they end up leaving you because you're always busy, right? And then after that, soon as people become famous, they act as if, yeah, they just became famous because they are amazing and not because of all the work you did and how you turned them into doing the right thing. And at a point, you're just like, you know what? I'm too much of a good person to treat people the way you need to treat them so that you can protect your business. So, yeah, at a point, I'm like, you know what, people? Peace. I'm out. Let me work on something where I don't have to put myself in those type of situations. Am I? Thank you. Not 3, 7. As a non-political person, it's very tiring to be drawn into political debates, regardless of which side they're on. Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's even some people, right? You are trying to not have debates with them with whether they should take the vaccine or not. You explain to them, you know, you just tell them your opinion about, or they want to talk about a conversation, and you explain to them why some things are impossible to have. Like, you cannot have both things, right? When you tell somebody like, I don't want to get vaccinated, and you're like, oh yeah, why? Because this, because that, I want to choose myself, my body, my rules. I said, okay. So what you do in life? Me, I work in a place with lots of people. Okay, so you work in a place with lots of people. Like, you know, you drive a bus, or you work in a place where you're gonna meet a lot of people. So what you're gonna have to, then you tell them, like, it's logic that your employer will ask you to get vaccinated unless you want to do a PCR test every 3 days, which is a nightmare. And they don't want this, they don't want that, they don't want that, they don't want that, and then they end up talking to you as if you were representing the government, and then they were representing the anti-vax, and you're like, listen, I don't care. This is your life. You do what you want. And me, I try to see those things in a logical way, but then everybody is trying to find the conspiracies in everything, and there's the thing with humans that if there's a tsunami tomorrow, and I don't know, 1% of the population of a city that lives in the coast, like here in Lisbon, gets flushed away, people will try to find a logical reason and a conspiracy about it, when it's nature. Like, some people are here wanting to explain to you why the Omicron variant is, of course, now they make money. Yeah, they do. But it doesn't mean that they put out the Omicron out of their bag. Like, and because this is what I believe, some people might believe everything they want. And I'm not trying to convince people. I don't care. But they want to convince you. And so sometimes I'm like, yo, leave me alone. Les mails, pour respirer à l'info d'époque. Ah, c'est le numéro de mon manager qui bookait les shows. Pourquoi il a pas été? T'es curieux comme garçon. People don't like the truth nowadays. I mean, the thing is this. The problem with the truth, right? The truth lives alone. The truth lives alone in its little house in the top of the mountain. And all of us down there are all believing that we have the truth. We all here thinking that we have the answer, and that we are on the right side, right? And especially when you have media that lean from one side or another one, and they just present you things a certain way. To give you an example, I have a lot of people who completely believe that Africa and whatever is happening in Africa is a certain way, just because they grew up in a country where they've been telling them that we are the good guys. So if you grew up in Europe will tell you we are the good guys. They sell weapons everywhere. So every time there's a war, they make money, right? Europe and the US sell weapons everywhere, make a lot of money, and then they have companies everywhere and strategic interests, as they say, where they make money from the minerals of a lot of countries that should be rich, and they should not be rich because they have nothing under the ground. And then you grow up watching TV and they tell you, oh, this guy's a dictator. This one, oh my God, oh, Putin, oh my God. And then, so you believe that, yeah, we have the truth and we are on the right side. But if you live on the other side, the television that you see, for example, if you're you live in Congo, like for a long time, if you lived in Congo, international news in English was CNN. from the good guys. And French news was from RFI, Radio France Internationale. So the voice of France is telling you what is good in your country and who is good, or if your leader is good or not. And then so we have a completely perverted view of the world, because we all believe that we are the detainer of the truth, when actually we don't know. We don't know if we are on the good side or on the bad side. And we might be on the good side sometimes and on the bad side sometimes. It really depends from a subject to another. The problem of people is they want to believe that they are on the good side all the time. Like I was telling about that comment I made on the Abba and Preach video. Like every time I put a comment on their channel, I always get like hundreds of comments under my comments. It's cool, you know. I talked to one of the guys. One of the guys that he knows my music. He likes my stuff, etc., etc. So we talk from time to time, and I love their content. But a lot of time on YouTube comments, you see a bunch of entitled people that they believe one thing and they believe one thing and they just, where to me is like, it depends. And whatever the subject is, if you talk about like transsexuals, you talk about gays, you talk about racism, you talk about black people, Africa, Trump, it's all like, for all people it's black and white, when the world is not black and white. And so me, I evolve in a world where I see people carrying their black or their white opinions, and I know the world is 16 millions of colors. And yeah, sometimes the truth is on both sides. So I know it's funny. It's good that you don't want to exploit people. You can mentor instead. It's another form of investment, but you'd have to do that with a select few, of course. The thing is this, to me, mentoring is something that is great as well. The real problem is that a lot of times, if you don't make people pay for something, they don't respect it. This is a conclusion I have after 25 years of producing music for other people and creating careers for people. Because they don't pay for it, they act entitled to their victories as if they were their victories, when it's your victories as well. So, and the problem with mentoring as well is you have to remove yourself from the results. I'm a person, if I take you by the hand and I explain to you how to do this, how to do that, and I tell you possible outcomes, and we have a positive outcome, I will feel super happy. But if you have a negative outcome, I would really feel sad, that like if I didn't deliver. And the worst part is when I explain something to somebody, I give the blueprint to somebody, and they don't do it. I used to get frustrated about that. I used to get frustrated because I was like, yo, I told you there was a hole here. Why are you jumping in the hole? And in the music industry, you keep telling artists, hey, listen, be careful with this, be careful with that. And you know, once you're famous, things change. Once all the girls want to fuck with you, or all the guys want to fuck with you, it might change you. So make sure your education is kicking in, or if you have one, or make sure you already know, and as long as they're not famous, yeah, listen, no, nothing will change me. Money will not change me. No, nothing. Listen, you are my mentor. Soon as they have one song popping, they're a new person. And all of a sudden, all the things that you told them not to do, they do it. And only 10 years after, and sometimes they fall out with you because of that. And 10 years after, once they realize they fucked their career, they come back to you. Oh, you know, I was young. Please. If I read you some of the letters I received now about artists from back in the days that were talking slick, listen, you would laugh. So to me now, I decided going forward, maybe in 2010, I probably decided that I want to protect my mental health, because I know that I'm too much invested emotionally in the careers of the people I work with, and they're not invested as I am. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a seat back and see it as a business, and only treat my own art as art and everything else as a business. But it's a thing that we all go through. We all have to decide. Some people, they're not emotional. They're here for the money, etc. So, and some people don't like people. Me, I like people. So, when you like people, it's hard to, if you feel you're part of the good ones, it's hard to just see it as a business. But at a point, you realize that you have to see it as a business, because there's a lot of decisions that are hard decisions to take. Because when you deal with artistic stuff, sometimes you have to take the business decision that the artist will hate you for, but that are good for their career in the long run. But before 5 years, they will not realize that it's a good decision. So they will be frustrated with you because of that. And then all the hyenas will arrive from everywhere, and they will like, and if they're not like me, where respect is up there on top of everything else, you end up having people who just switch on you just because of whatever frustration. And some people are good at creating frustration, and that's when you see that, yeah, you're not built like other people. A lot of people, they just forget where they came from easy, quickly. So at a point, you decide for yourself, okay, do I want to swim in this sea full of sharks without protection and get beaten all the time? Or I want to have an armor and maybe not swim, maybe fly over it? Like, it's up to you depending on how you are. And some people don't care. Some people, they really don't care. They're here to make money. You fuck them up, they change, they go to the next person, etc., etc. Anyone having the same goal as me about what to reach in 2022? By myself, at least having 2 million sec. How much is 2 million sec in dollars? But what's good, sips? People want their own truth, factual or not. This is the problem. Yeah. And people are so and people have been made entitled by their own truth. People now, they go to places where they hear what they want to hear, and they are around only people who tell them this. And if anybody tells them, are you sure that, they get crazy as if you said something crazy to them. And that's the problem. When you cannot have conversation with people, entering the conversation, saying to yourself, I have the truth with me. Because you don't know. Listen, I could tell you so many stories where I arrive somewhere and I believe that I'm right. I don't say I have the truth. I never said that. But I believe that I'm right. And then just one element that I didn't have in the story makes my whole rights become false. And all of a sudden, I'm wrong. And this is when you have to be humble enough to be like, oh, in this case, with this new piece of evidence, I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And everything I said before has to be, removed and et cetera, and okay, and I'm changing the course of my action and whatever. I can do this because I'm humble enough to not be religious about any opinion I have. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. Those are tastes. But I don't come to people telling them that because something I like or something I don't like, you have to not like it too. Or something hurts me, it has to hurt you too. Or something, I believe this is hate, you have to believe it is too. Like, But because people are abusing words, hashtags, people are just full of, some people, they don't even know what they're talking about. And they just come and they're like, yo, you are this ism or you're this phobic. And it's a way to not have conversations, actually. And there's a lot of societal subjects that people are trying to push on you using guilt, using emotions. And some people are not emotional. Some people don't care about some stuff. Or some people, listen, there's some people that whatever shit happens to somebody and it's horrible, they're gonna be, some people will be like, oh my God, it's horrible, let's go, this matters, that matter, whatever. They start a movement, they go in the street, they want to be okay. And some other people, they're gonna be like, oh my God, that's horrible, fuck, poor person, and prayers for their family. And some other people, they're gonna be like, and they're moving on because they have something else to do. Well, the people who are angry, excited, emotional, they love to come to those people and say, if you don't say nothing, you guilty too. Because there's this thing where activism has become a sort of a thing where it's either black or white, you either in or you are enemy. And I don't think this works. That's me, but they believe it works. So life is about to show them that it doesn't work. When people feel empty, they look towards anything to aspire to. When they build an opinion, they start to force it so they can morph it into the vision they want. That is very, very wise, and that is very, very true. And that's the problem with emptiness. And the problem to me is that the media is fueling those things, and the people who are governing us, instead of trying to see what they can do about it, they are actually caving to all that. What am I gonna do? I'm just a smart guy chilling. Now I would be assassinated in a second, especially now. Yes, Neo. The world we are living in is to get used, to use or get used. I mean, I'm only human, no different. The truth is some type of middle ground or balance. What creates fights is when you don't allow a person to express their opinion. Yeah. And that's, there's a lot of people, like, they love to come on YouTube comments and they want to force, like, me, I love listening to somebody who has a different opinion than me and can, because I see a different opinion not as something that is conflicting. I see a different opinion as something that I can find, it can complete my opinion. Actually, I can completely disagree with somebody, but understand their point of view. But I can disagree because at a point I'm gonna make my choice, and I'm gonna have my opinion. And somebody can make a different choice and have a different opinion, and it's great to talk about it, to understand why they do it, and if the arguments are good, we might both be right. And sometimes, a lot of times, the arguments are horrible, and it's just they're reciting some poetry that they read somewhere. I'm telling you. Yeah, les gens changent. At a point, that's what you have to do. You have to, you cannot be selfish, but you have to understand when it's not, maybe it's not made for you. This is something I understood with production. I believe that My track record shows that I'm a great producer and I did a lot of great things for a lot of people. But I mean, 70% of those things end up in betrayal. And some people don't care because they're here for the money. Me, I'm here for the art and the money. But the part that is here for the money is happy. Listen, I made a lot of money. But the part that's here for the art is heartbroken. So it's hard to, what up? Wood Mike. What is this guy sending me? Oh, you're watching from Guadeloupe. Amazing, Mike. Thanks for why are you not commenting? You watching without commenting? This guy's probably making love. That's all I have to say. I like this goal, bro. That's a good goal for every year. The subject forward reminds me of the Black Bolt video. One of my best Shada video. Thank you. Forward is more for how I see the next year. But I still want to know how you guys, what you guys aspire to for the next year. I like the anecdotes of Kay when he's doing the other characters. Okay, let me tell you about, first of all, what I think of 2020, 2021 for me, and 2022 going forward. When I see the year in review, it's very interesting because I have this feeling like I lost track of time. I spent so much time in my house and I've been so asocial that, all right, it's interesting. It feels like I don't even know what happened in 2021, what happened in 2020. I'm not even sure anymore if things happened in 2020 or 2021 because those years were so similar. So I think I had COVID in 2020. Yeah, because my daughter was sick in the end of 2020, and I got sick in summer of 2020. So I think 2021 was for me two things at the same time. It was a year of recovering from and having physical and mental sequels of everything I went through in 2020. And at the same time, it was an amazing year of turning my whole self around and my whole business around. And I think 2021 is a very positive year on that front. Even if I still feel like I'm recovering from a lot of things because a lot of things don't. And I told you the problem with people like me, the problem with having intelligence and a very good memory is that because you don't forget things, they come to you every day, all the time. And in everything you do, there's always the source of whatever is a trauma for you, and it takes a long time to pass things. It can take me 5 years to forget the things that I've been through in 2020. So it's not handicapping because it's just thoughts and it's just a mild anxiety that just accompanies me all day long. But at the same time, when I look at all the numbers, when I look at everything that I've accomplished, when I look at me in 2018, I'm a singer performing, going in countries, performing, getting paid, performing, and making, I would say, 40% of my money from performing and 60% of my money from YouTube, from Spotify, iTunes, etc. And starting in the beginning of the pandemic, I completely decided to switch my whole, and you know, a lot of times people, they want to do something, but they want to hang to whatever they're doing. So they cannot become the next version of themselves because they love the version that they are actually, or a past version that they hold on to this. Something that I love about myself is I have no problem turning into the next version of myself. So I look at my past, not like something that I have to forget, but that's something that I can learn from, or something that I can, there's something that I can learn from, something that I have to, you know, move away from, etc. And I spend most of my present thinking about future selves without not enjoying the present. So when the pandemic arrived and we got stuck at home for 6 months, instead of saying to myself, oh my God, my business is fucked, I said to myself, 60% of my business could become 90% of my business. And in 2 years, that's what I achieved. I turned this show into the new force of this YouTube channel. It was a YouTube channel that have a lot of music videos, some vlogs and stuff. It's an old YouTube channel. My channel has been has existed as long as YouTube exists. And when a lot of people were on Instagram singing during the quarantine, I was starting this show. I was at episode 1 around April, I think, of 2020 or 19. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was 2020. I don't even know. And I like the fact that I turned this my whole digital endeavors into my main business now. And it's not one business. I have the Spotify money, I have the iTunes money, Apple Music, the Tidal money, the Deezer money, the YouTube money, the Shada money. All this has become my main thing. And when the world opened again, I've seen that a lot of artists didn't learn nothing from 2019 and 2020 because all they wanted to do was to go back and perform. When 2020 arrived and a lot of people called me, hey, do you want to do a show? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, hey, listen, my YouTube channel generates now 30% more than it was doing 2 years ago. My music digital money that I make generates probably 10 to 15 more. All the songs I wrote for Portuguese artists in the international, here and there, the spots I did for Trace TV, everything that I've been doing is now generating income after 2 years. The copyright money is, when what I received in December, it went up 30% too. So at the end of this year, I was like, yo, things are great. Things are great. Financially, I was like, yo, like everything that I did is amazing, and it's giving results right now. And a lot of this comes to me seeing everybody rushing to go and perform as much as they can to try to make up for the lost revenues from the last 2 years. I'm like, okay, these guys didn't get the memo. And because look, all we needed was a new variant, and all of a sudden, back to everybody being stressed and me making more money, because I decided to just become the next version of my brand, Kaysha. And I received calls to go perform in Luxembourg, to go perform in France, to go perform in around Europe, even here in Portugal. And I told everybody, my show is now double the price. Same thing in Africa. My show is now double the price. And I did one show, only one show, and it made me more money than I would do in 3 shows normally. And I was like, perfect. Just with this one show, I'm fine. And if I did like 3-4 shows like this per year, that would be perfect, because when you decide to move on with your life and you decide to move on with the version that you want to be of yourself, you have to let go something. Because if you don't let go something, you will continue not making space for the new things. And it's something that I'm good at. I know how to make space for the new me. Listen, I started when I was 14. I was doing some writing some raps, going to school. At 18, I did my first show in Brussels after winning Monsieur Écume des Nuits 1992. So in 92, I did my first show ever. And then I was like, yo, this is what I want to do in my life. This is what I love doing. I love rapping. I like to rap. I like to and people were loving me rapping. So I was here dressed hip hop with my backpack, and I was there rapping. From 18 in 1992 until 96, when I was 22, I performed for free. I never got paid nowhere, but I performed for free every Friday, every Saturday, in every party between France, Brussels, the Netherlands, and Germany. I was just there, drive somewhere, perform, go ask people if I can do a freestyle just for 2-3 minutes, and I would do this. Around 96, I meet Jean-Michel Rotin. I did some track with Nichols in 94, 96. Jean-Michel Rotin, I met him. He tells me, I need you to perform on my album. I need you to do 2 raps. I do those 2 raps, then I go in the US. I work for Vibe magazine. I work for the website of Vibe magazine. I work for Street Sound magazine. I come back from New York after 3 months. When I come back, Jean-Michel asked me to come on stage. We on stage performing for all his fans. I come on stage, everybody yells. He asked me, do you want to go on tour with me? At that point, I really want to be a rapper. All my heroes are American rappers, so I rap in English. I'm in France. I go on tour with Jean-Michel Rotin. That's where I'm in Martinique. I'm in Guadeloupe. We stay there for 3 months. I hear a lot of zouk. I start making out with lots of girls from Guadeloupe and Martinique. So yeah, instead of having sex on Jodeci, now it's on Zouk music. So I'm like, hey, this is interesting. So at a point, I'm cooking some beats because I'm a beat maker before everything. I'm cooking some beats, and boom, one day I do a Zouk beat with this hip hop flavor. Everybody's like, oh, interesting. I released my first album, and I thought my first album would be a rap album. I end up doing a rap album, but I rap on Zouk beats instead of rapping on hip hop beats. And I become the #1 Zouk artist in 98. I sell more records than everybody. And we are in 1998. I've been in the West Indies on holiday once in 92, but the first time I really performed and people knew me as an artist was in 96. 2 years later, I'm the #1 Zouk artist with an album that for me was a Zouk album. It was a rap album, but for everybody it was like, yo, you the king of Zouk. I was like, king of what? That's 98. 5 years later, my third album comes out. I'm not a king of Kizomba. I'm not from Angola. I'm not from Cape Verde. I'm not Portuguese. I mean, yeah, I'm 25% Portuguese, but you see what I mean? So at a point, I'm like, you know what? I'm not a rapper anymore. After 2003, I'm like, I'm done rapping. And I do One Love. Listen. Yes, I have melodies in my head, but I'm not a singer. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Give me some auto tune. We'll see what people say. My album, again, is the #1 album because of me singing. And now I'm performing, and now everybody's like, oh my God, you were such a great singer. And I'm like, a great singer? And I never sing before. I don't even know what I'm doing. Listen, it's amazing. Oh, okay. And by 2004, as I have On Dit Quoi becoming the #1 song in Africa and One Love becoming the #1 song in the Portuguese-speaking Africa, On Dit Quoi in the French-speaking Africa, and then taking over the world, I'm also the biggest producer in Afro-Caribbean music with Sumia's album, Eligio's album, Abeje's album, and now I'm a household in just production. And now I'm also a publisher, and I'm doing all those things. And at the same time, I'm still a singer, and I'm still performing around the world. And in my head, I'm like, okay, one day I'm gonna have to let something go so I can concentrate on something else. This is what I'm going to. 10 years pass. In 2010, I look at my life in Portugal, in France, and I'm like, I'm done with this country. And I moved to Portugal. And as I moved to Portugal, I let go a lot of things. I let go so many things that because I'm ready to move to the next phase of my life, the next phase of me. And now I become a new self again. And I continue like this until at a point I even raise the prices of my show so that people who really want to hire me, and everybody else abandon, because I need to have space to do something else. I need to have space to focus on building my digital business, because I don't want to be stuck in a place where if I don't do a show, I'm fucked. And this is actually the decisions that I took in 2012 saved me from the pandemic in 2019, 7 years later. So I took those decisions because I just felt like I will not be performing my whole life. Time continues going. Pandemic hits. I have 9 albums under my belt. I've been working on my second album for 2 years already. And I'm happy to say that today I finished the mix and mastering of the album. It's uploading now, and it will be released on the 18th of February for Valentine week. And 2 years ago, I was like, there's a pandemic and we stuck at home. And instead of crying about the shows I'm not doing like everybody around me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do something else. And this something else is what you're watching now. And I just moved again my brand to a new territory, which is, I don't even sing here. I just talk. I talk to people. I talk to a camera from my living room. And I used to, when I was 18, I used to be in my head, oh my God, like I'll be the biggest rapper. I'll be this, I'll do this, I'll play on the biggest stages, and I'll do this. I'll play one day, I'll play in front of 100,000 people. And you know what? I played in front of 10 people. I played in front of 100 people, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 150,000, I think is the maximum that I played in front of. There was this stadium that was huge, but I played in more than 100 countries. And I arrived to this point where I was like, listen, mission accomplished. The mission as a performer is accomplished. So yesterday I said something to somebody and he was shocked. I told him, if I never do a show ever again, I'm cool. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. I performed so much in my life. Like, I started performing, I think I started singing in front of people. I was 14. I'm 48. I mean, soon. There's nothing, I mean, it's not that I don't like it anymore. It's just that I'm ready to let go this part if I need it to make space for something else. So listen, every time I'm here, I'm here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or especially on Sundays. If I had to perform every weekend, like back in the days, I wouldn't be here on Sundays. I wouldn't have the time to do it because I would be traveling whenever I want to do a show, or I would be in the studio so I wouldn't have time to do what I'm doing right now. So my YouTube channel would still be at the same revenue that it has been for years. I made the revenue of this YouTube channel 30% higher. Why? Because of everything that I decided to do, which was go full in digital. And for this, I had no problem leaving something else behind. And I believe that this is the problem with a lot of people. They're scared of leaving stuff behind because they're scared of the unknown, or they're scared of losing something. Me, I'm not scared of losing stuff because I don't do things so that I don't move to the next thing and lose the rest. Because I own all my content keeps generating revenue, and this revenue supports me to the next level. So to me, 2021 is really the culmination of, it's not even the culmination of 2020 and 2019. 2021 was the culmination of 2012 when I decided to move from France to Portugal. And because I have this thing where I don't move forward in increments of years, I move forward in increments of every 7 years. I usually take decisions of what I'm going to do and how I feel I want to go in with my career, my businesses, or whatever I want to invest myself in. Usually I'm like, okay, in 7 years I want to be here or there. So when a year ends, I don't do resolutions, because I don't need resolutions to have a drive. To have drives, what I need to do is just continue doing on the daily the things that I've decided to reach whatever goal I have in the horizon for me. And when I reach that goal, I'm like, okay, now that I'm here, now I'm going there. A lot of people, because they don't have vision, they look at what they can do in a week or for the end of the day, and then they go to sleep, and then when they wake up, they just like live, survive another day. And this is why they get frustrated when all of a sudden the world is, they have to change their world because they don't know what to do. So to me, 2022 is is just a continuation of that. Continuations of where I'm pushing myself. Like, back in the days, like I was saying, when I was thinking about my career, I was seeing myself on the stage. Today, when I think about the future, I see myself in front of this camera, and I'm thinking of, one day I'll have a room just for this. One day I'll have my in my next apartment, I will have an office that will also be my club Shada place. I would have put some logos, etc. Like, this is how I'm thinking of these things. On the contrary to a lot of people who keep trying to stay whatever they were. So that's, to me, 2022 continues to be uncertain because of health issues. And for this, I will not mind having as many shots, that as long as it's not dangerous. Listen, if I have to get a booster shot of the 2 doses I take, and take a 3rd dose now, and maybe a 4th one or 5th one, maybe I'll tell them, can you put something like make my dick grow a little bit bigger every time, like, or something like that, like, no, or maybe lose some belly fat, like can you do, like, since we're doing it. But other than that, like, I don't mind protecting my health, because the things that I'm building, I see them so much, they're so bigger than whatever I've built until now. Like, the things that I see, the type of place where I want to live in the future, the type of things, like, when I see where I come from and where I arrived, and I'm like, okay, great, I'm not done. So now I'm like, okay, great, I'm here. Now I'm going there. Listen, when I moved to this apartment, I was like, wow, this is the biggest apartment I've ever seen. And now that I live here with 3 people, and I have 2 kids and a wife, I'm like, this is small. These people are taking a lot of place. These people are, damn, like, because I used to live alone. Then after that, I live with just one person. And now with 4 people, this apartment that used to be big, now it's feeling small. So now I need an apartment that's at least 50% bigger. To have that, I need to work on some other things I need to do, and I need to generate more revenue until I'm safe saying to myself, okay, I'm moving to the next place, or even better, I'm buying the next place. So this is me. This is how I'm built, and this is how I drive myself. I'm never saying to myself, oh, I've made it. I'm always like, oh, perfect, new milestones. And this is why I don't like New Year's resolutions. I believe humans, I understand. People need to put New Year, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to be like that. Listen, me, I'm just like, forward. To me, it's another day. Let's celebrate, and then let's move on. So what was the chat saying? Well, 2021 was half and half, but at peace, because I did the best I could to be there for the people who relied on me for support. I'm thankful for the wonderful family, friends, and customers. Amazing. I like that. And yes, that's the spirit. You can be proud of you, Kay. Truly, I think you're an example of perseverance, achievement, how to use your own creativity to make a business of it and be your own boss, be productive and talented. Thank you so much. Merci. In the world of Fat Joe's, yesterday's price is not today's price. Indeed. And these people, when you give them the new price, they're like, what? I used to pay you 1,000. How come you at 10,000 now? I'm like, if you don't have the money, leave me alone. As long as somebody pays, the market answers to you. If you fix a price and nobody pays for it, the market is telling you something. Come down, come back down from whatever you dream you are. But if somebody is willing to pay it, listen. We live in an era that was paved by our ancestors, allowing us to release and free think. Yes, the ones before live a life with a goal that was survival. It's funny, when we solve a problem, we create more. Trust me, Prime 2D. Wait until we all live in the metaverse, surrounded by hackers and scammers. We're gonna have brand new problems, I'm telling you. Wait till you're able to have sex with somebody without being in the same place and just being cyber sex. And look, I have a song that came out in 1999 called Cyber Sex. So imagine how far I was. I brought more than 1,500 computer programming books that must be read in 2022. I hope I could at least read one. 220,000 pages per book every week. Yo, that's a lot. But that's great. Hey, you look young, bro. 2 times older than me, and damn near look my age. Hey, DNA. You should see my mom. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm telling you. Nobody goes through more crap in life than a person with a good heart. Damn, bro. Damn, bro. That is so true. When you have a good heart, it's not the fact that you go through crap more than other people. It's just that you feel it differently. Because some people, they have no heart. Or they have dark hearts. And they're pieces of shits. So when shit happens, you know, they play the victim. And then they move to the next one. Some others, listen, when they go through crap, it really hurts in a different way. You know, the amount of people that have changed their lives and like literally for real changed their life. Not, no. People, they had talent and a dream, and I turned this into a reality by taking them to the studio, putting an album, and now they made a living. They could pay a rent. They could, you know, have dreams because of me working with them and turning their talent into a business. And after one album or one song, they just turn on you. And if you are emotionally invested into that, it hurts you like a heartbreak. Like it really hurts you, like loving a woman and she just decides to go with somebody else. It really hurts like this. So at a point, you like, the first time you're like, okay, bad luck. The second time you're like, what am I doing wrong? And then you start realizing, like, what up, Edas? You start realizing there's nothing you can do against liars. Some people, they lie. Some people, they arrive to wherever they want to arrive by lying. And if you want to compete with them, you have to lie too. But if you are a honest person, and you have somebody who comes and tells, hey, listen, that was amazing. We reached the sky, but now we have to go to the moon. And you'll tell them, listen, we can go to the moon. It's going to take you 5 albums minimum. Because we have to build your brand. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to take the steps. I mean, we can be lucky, but if we take the steps, actually, we build the foundation. We make it solid, so then we can stand on it to go here, and then we make it solid, and then we stand on here. Whatever doesn't work here, we fall here. We don't fall all the way back down because we built this solid. And then some motherfucker arrived from nowhere. They're like, oh, come on, why are you still here? You're so amazing. You should be there. Taking you to the moon in 1 second. And they just go. And you're like, wait a minute, where are you going? I'm going to the moon. You're like, it's impossible. You don't have a rocket. No, I'm going to the moon. And then they're like, it hurts. And then they're proud. Then they try here. They go talk to everybody that make promises. And then they come back to you. Oh, can you take me to the moon? And you're like, no, I can't. I have other things to do. But it hurts. Like, some people don't care because, you leave, they take another one, And the problem with the truth, we were talking about the truth today. The problem when you are on the side of the truth, as I said it before, you will end up being right. You will end up, everybody will say, damn, he was right. But it takes way more years to arrive there than the lies. The lies, 2 days. People will just promise things, and because these people are not intelligent, they will just believe anything you tell them. And you will arrive with the truth, and the truth is not sexy sometimes. It's like, listen, I started my first show, the first time I took a microphone, a real microphone in a club in front of real people and people, it was in 1992. The first time I did that, and I was actually paid to do it, and I never stopped being paid for it, was in 1998. There's 6 years between the two. 6 years of building your brand in the underground. And then, you are 18. And then when you are 24, now they pay you to do it. But until then, nobody pays you. You just do it because you're building your brand. You're just creating something. You building the foundation of where I am today. 30 years ago, I was building that foundation. And it takes a lot of time. Just like it's taking a lot of time to build this show. I keep saying it. I would be on Instagram. I have so many people on Instagram. I would have, 6,000 people watching. I prefer building this shit show after show after show after show. Why? Because I'm building the foundations right now. And every person that, some people arrive just now. This is the first time they come here, or the second time, or whatever. They find me somewhere on YouTube. They came here curious and they stayed. And they were like, damn, I'll be there next time. That's how you build something. That's how you build the foundation of something that will last years. And some people will comment, you can have 1 million views. You can have this. I have a lot of time in front of me because I'm standing on the foundations of 30 years. This show can never make money. It's already making money. But it could have never made money for another 2 years while I was building it. I'm making a lot of money from what I did before. So I can do it. And I can take the time to build it the way I want. But a lot of people, especially in this day and age and this generation, they want things quick. They want things right now. And a lot of people, they come, you can have it right now. Come follow me. And me, I'm like, takes time. It takes time. Most of the biggest live streamers today that have millions of people watching them every week or every month, they will tell you, I used to live stream for 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, 10 people. And then all of a sudden there were 50 and it was, it's amazing. And then 100 and then 1,000 and, and then you get huge. And now because you're huge, it's new problems because now anything you say, or people go back to whatever you said 10 years ago. He's a homophobic guy, whatever. Because it comes with all these bullshit new responsibilities that people put on you because you have a big platform. So if you want to arrive there different, you have to really, I love this, you have to take it in a different way. I've been talking so much that I don't even remember what I was talking about. I was talking about this, the good art. So yeah, a lot of times you will tell people the truth and they don't like it. They prefer the lies, because the lies, yeah, listen. The lies take the elevator. The truth take the stairs. But he arrives. You got to, you keep telling me this. I have to be on the Extreme Show with DJ Streak and Brent to talk about ECAM in 2022. Actually, I was watching that show yesterday. Who they had as a guest? But yeah, I should. Listen, I should go on the ECAM Facebook more often. And I should even like post my show out there for more time. I think one time who did I talk? I don't remember if it was DJ Streak or Brent, but I remember talking to one of them about something and coming to the show. And I think one of my ideas got into ECAM. I don't remember what ideas now, but I remember telling them an idea about something and they implemented it. So that's the good thing I like about the twins. I have more ideas actually. That's why I have to send them a message. Listen, this is so true. It's like, yeah, somehow this world and this generation really believes that everything has to be handed to them. And because everything happens so fast online. And you know, when I read the comments on YouTube, or when I read the people arguing about something, I feel like there's a bunch of hypocrites online. There was another Abba and Preach video? Yeah. It was an Abba and Preach video. That was not today's video. That was yesterday's video. And there was this guy who found his girl in a car sitting on somebody else's penis. So he was being cheated on and whatever. And I put a comment saying, oh yeah, I've been in this situation once, but I was the other guy. And yo, sometimes, listen, you're a bad person. I'm just like, who am I talking to? Like, I mean, it's a bunch of virgin people, or like they don't know life. You can be in any situation in life, and sometimes it's not because you're an evil person or because whatever, because it happens. Sometimes you know and you didn't think it would take you that far. Sometimes you don't know and you're still in this situation and you fall in love or whatever. Listen, and you can be in any situation, but when you see people talking, they all act like if they are amazing, virtuous people that never talk bad about anybody, and they're all amazing, and they like, I'm like, come on, be honest a little bit. It's a predator will take a life for a piece of meat. Even if you can beat them at a fair fight, they will do anything to put you at a disadvantage. Yep, it is true. It is true. Pekomi, Givundu, do. This song always will remember me of Club Atlantis. I've seen you comment before on the show. Cool. I have to go there. I have to go in more of the ECAM channels. The hard part of YouTube is to build subscribers. You know my problem, respect ALC. My problem is with what is this? Okay. My problem with subscribers, followers, and etc. is that the algorithm defeats the purpose of the subscribers, followers, etc. Look, let me show you something. I'm going to show you two things. There you go. Let me just turn them on soon. Give me a second. I'm going to show you the same thing. Go. Switch now. Perfect. I'm going to show you the same post, right? It didn't show up. All right. I guess I'm not going to show the post. Damn it. Why is this thing not showing up on my Instagram, on my Facebook? Well, this defeats the purpose of my example because the post didn't show up. It's because that I put them from the how you call this? All right. I put them from the perfect. Wait. Where is it? I'm going to show you from another example. Okay, perfect. Here is two videos. Here are two videos. All right. This is the same one video on my. This is a video on my Facebook channel. This very smart person is just decided to fuck himself in the subway in London, right? I posted this on my Facebook page, right? On my Facebook page, it has 15 comments and has been shared 60 times, right? So, same type of comment, lol, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's on Facebook. So 15 comments. Okay. The same thing was posted on my Instagram, right? And on my Instagram, it had, on YouTube, it was viewed. Can we see the views? No, I don't know. And on Instagram, it had 20,000 views, 23,000 views. And comments, it had, how many comments? Let me see. It had 100 comments. So what is the difference here? My Instagram has 151 followers, but my Facebook has 800 followers. How you gonna tell me that I have 800,000 people that are following me on Facebook and I get 15 comments on a video, and on Instagram I have like 70% less followers, but I get 170 comments in a video, etc. Views, why? It's the same platform. Instagram, Facebook, they all belong to. You know what the difference is? The fucking algorithm. And on the YouTube, it's the same thing. When I go to YouTube, it's gonna show me, the algorithm is gonna show me stuff from things they believe that I'm interested in. Like, for example, this morning it showed me this new video from Abba versus Preach, which is a new channel from Abba and Preach. But I was not subscribed to this channel. Now I'm subscribed. And it's going to show me stuff from people I follow, like Joel Amen, Mountain of Inspiration. But it's also going to show me, I don't know this person. Brian, I'm not subscribed to this person. But it's going to show me stuff from their channel. And this is, to me, the big difference is that they prefer showing you stuff that the algorithm knows you're going to click on, rather than show you this, which is this is the people I'm subscribed to. And if you see the people I'm subscribed to, yeah, music, crypto, you know, a little bit of left, a little bit of right, a little bit of podcasting, a little bit of, but you see, it's very geeky stuff, Star Wars stuff, hip hop stuff. That's what I watch. But you see, when most people, they don't click here. Most people, they go on home and they click on whatever is proposed to them. And on the TV, it's even worse. So it cuts the purpose of having, so this is my channel. My channel has 178 subscribers, but actually most people, they don't come because they're subscribed. They just come because the algorithm is bringing them here. And that's the big problem with thinking that what you have to do is building subscribers. What you have to do is actually dancing with the algorithm. I did a whole video about it. If you know how to dance with the algorithm and you make sure that, you know, people come back because of, you know, people, and this is why, you know, there's a lot of people, they're not clicking the like. This is why clicking the like button helps, because it shows the algorithm, hey, those people, they like those videos, so I'm going to show these to other people. This is why, for example, my Spotify business is highly effective, because I know exactly what to give the algorithm in terms of music, and I also keep myself happy by trying other things and make success because I understand what the algorithm wants, and I just give them enough to just keep showing it to the right people. So I think what is the harder part in everything, actually, art, music, business, and social media, if you want to really make it a business, is to build the brand. Because once you build the brand, the rest is, people will come because of the brand. People will come because of your opinion. People come because, but all this is part of the brand. Once you have the brand, you can build everything else around the brand. You can do movies, you can do podcasts, you can do this, you can do that. Advertisers come, etc., etc. So this is the harder part, especially in a world where anybody can take a camera and it costs nothing to upload. As long as you have electricity and an internet connection, you can be part of the creative part. So the harder part to build a brand today, whereas like back in the days, it was kind of easier to build a brand, but it costs more money to create the product. Today, it costs nothing to create the product, but because of that, everybody's trying to make it. Everybody's trying to be in NFTs, in crypto, in this and that. So it's harder to build a brand that will attract people, because people have access to everything. So listen, me, I think in this house I have Disney, Amazon, I have HBO, I have Apple TV Plus, and I have Netflix. And I only watch YouTube because I don't have time to watch everything. So there's a lot of series that people talk to me about, and I didn't watch them because I don't have time. Because you can now watch everything, but there's so much that, and me, I was born in an era where we had 3 channels. So at 8 p.m. on Saturday, you would watch Dallas, and that's it. And then it would be go to bed, kids. Today, you can watch anything. You can even watch me. Can you imagine? Yes. People now seem to know the price of everything and the value of nothing. This is a very, very true sentiment. People are, it's this is the world that we built, I guess. Happened to me. Listen, but I have to tell that story one day. That was a crazy story. It would take me another hour. I tried to do less than 2 hours, but yeah, that was a crazy story. Listen, I have to tell that story. I don't know if I told this before, but that was crazy. Listen, I was there with the girl, and then all of a sudden the door opened. Yo. One day I'll tell that story. People take stuff so seriously and too personal. No, listen, it's crazy. Listen, the worst part is people want to take everything personal. Sometimes I want to ask people, aren't you like emotionally drained? Because listen, if I took everything so personal, like everybody's doing, I would be like, you guys are crazy. Look, where's my comment? If you go to my YouTube, right? So if you go to my YouTube and you check my so I've been receiving, these are my the latest notification to comments on the comments I put, right? And okay, all this is my comment on the last Abba and Preach video. Of course, they pinned it. 328 replies, meaning that I receive a bunch of emails about people replying to me and people thinking that I want to debate with them. Well, I don't. I just said that bitch deserves a fine, a day in jail, and an uppercut. Yeah, I said what I said. And look at, listen, some people like, drop the violence, no violence, shut the fuck. And then a bunch of, and there was somebody who sent me a whole dissertation. Wait, where is it? And do people believe that I have the time with all my businesses and the things that I do in my life to read all that? And I'm like, and sometimes I'm like, why do people debate under my comments? Why don't they debate somewhere else? And there was somebody who wrote something that was so, look at this comment. Look at this reply. I just read that. I read that part. I was done here. You think I want to read your book? Can't you say this in 2 sentences? Yo, people are amazing. Like, to me, it's like, is it that important? It's this thing where, like, you know, you put a comment, I put comments, I put likes. I want to support this guy. I love what they do. You know, they like what I do too. It's cool. And when you put a comment because you just give your opinion. And some people will say yes, some people say no, some people, yeah, I agree, da 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 da. And then some people, they believe that they have to school people, they have to come and give you law lessons and this. And I mean, I'm like, listen, I said she deserves. I didn't say she's gonna have this, she's gonna have, like I said, this is just my opinion. I believe that, I mean, where I come from, you get a fine, you go to jail one day or something like that. Or you at least go to the police for a few hours, and then you get punched in the face by me for what you did. And when they ask you, this is what she did, and this is why I punched her. And that's it. And we don't need to do debates about it. But people, they want to debate about everything. They like, I don't know why. And everything is so important to them. And I ask myself, are you drained? Are you drained by all this? Like, if you go on YouTube every day to go, because I see some people, because I write my comments, I look at a few answers. If there's something interesting to reply to, I reply to it. Everything is people arguing with other people on my comment. So I keep receiving notifications about people that are not talking to me. They are arguing between themselves. And I see some people, like, they reply maybe 50 times in the comments. And I'm like, what you do in life to have all these time to spend on this? I have money to make. I don't have time to be there arguing with strangers. It's like, yo. And then I'm like, ain't you drained? I would be emotionally drained if I had to argue with people every day about issues. Listen, I put something about when people were thinking they could cancel Dave Chappelle. I was like, yeah, right. And then I had a bunch of people coming to me trying to, and I was like, I was just done. I just mute some people, blocked some people, and I kept on moving. Put a few comments here and there about the thing where I was watching some videos, and I just gave my opinion about, like, you need to stop being so sensitive. That's my opinion. And oh no, it's a hate crime. It's this. I was like, listen, you believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. Don't force me to believe what you believe. That's all I'm asking. But after a week or two, I kept on moving. I have to move forward. And then I was like, those people want to keep making like demonstrations. They want to keep being pissed about it. They want to keep like, and I'm like, the problem of a lot of these people is they only exist through this. They only exist through outrage, through cancel culture. That's all they have. So they wake up in the morning and they look for a reason to be pissed. And in my opinion, it's very dangerous because it's draining, first of all. And second of all, everything you write on the internet stays there. And you don't know, maybe you're 15-year-old, maybe you're 20 years old, maybe you're 30-year-old, whatever. You don't know where you're going to be in 10 years, or what you're going to try to do in 10 years. Maybe you're going to run for office, you're going to run for something, you're going to try to be the mayor of something, whatever you try to do in the future. And maybe all these traces of your anger that you leave on the internet will come back to haunt you. Everything I write on the internet is what I think, and I have no problem it being there, because I don't write to react, and I don't answer to react. I don't answer with my emotion. I just answer with, listen, this is what I believe. And I might change my opinion as things are unfolding, and the things I say will reflect that. I had probably different opinions about the whole coronavirus, vaccination, etc. in this show. And I've been saying things that are moving slowly in one direction or the other. And whenever I say something that is different from whatever I said 10 or 20 episodes before, I know, because my memory is like that. I remember what I said before, and I know when I'm moving in my opinions because of new information and time that is going by. So I have no problem if somebody comes and says, yeah, but last year you said that. And I would say, yeah, I said that last year, and I changed my mind on this part because of that, and I didn't because of that. So, and this is where like all those people, I'm scared for them, because I don't know. I don't like anxiety. So I cannot just be there on the internet arguing with people. Like, I got too much stuff to do. But yeah, people are people, YouTube and Facebook want us to pay for view, so the algorithm hide your post. That's nasty. I'm telling you, bro. That's there. I did some videos about that, about the platforms betraying us. They are on the channel, and yeah, that's exactly this. That's why I don't like Facebook. YouTube, listen, YouTube pays me good money, so I can't complain. But the algorithms can exactly, if you pay for views, then the algorithm will show more views. Yeah, exactly. It's written there. It's written on the post itself. You pay for some stuff, and yeah, it will be seen more. And then it's up to you. It's up to you if you have the budget to invest in something, and it's important, it can bring you the money back. Like, to give you an example, for a post that I will pay, for example, if I wanna, let's say I wanna this one of my sweatshirt. Let's say I want to promote it, and I do a post on Facebook, Instagram, and I boost it to be seen by like say I put $20 on it, and in $20 it's seen by 1,000 people. I know that if I do one sale, I get my $20 back, because from the 52 euros that this is priced, I'll probably make 20 or 25 from this one. So if I sell 2, now I double my money. I gain money from my 20 euros investment. I made 50. And if I sell, let's say from that post, I sell 10, the next thing I do, since I made 250, I will take half of that money and reinvest it in the same promo to see if I can sell another 300. If it's just to say hi, I'm up, I don't care. Like at a point, it's the algorithm. That's why I try to push my own platforms and be my own platforms more than whatever. But we lost that fight back in the days. Like people would come to Kaysha.com and I could capture them there. Nowadays, like, listen, you don't control, like if YouTube decide that they don't want people to see my live anymore, they won't. So it is what it is. And some people, you wake up one day, they just remove your channel for whatever reason or whatever thing they discover or whatever. So it's complicated because we build our lives on top of platforms that don't belong to us. And the problem is the people are on these platforms and we don't have the money. We don't have the money to build a website and pay the bandwidth to stream live directly on your own platform, right? Because at a point you have to pay for the whole thing. We share the revenue with YouTube. If you give me a super chat of $10, I will receive 7 and YouTube will take 3. But I think on YouTube it's fair. Like you just build your brand, people come to your brand. Like you guys are here. Like some of you guys have been here for 2 years already, and some of you guys just arrived. So we keep it pushing. I don't know why YouTube does that. I'm assuming so they can get new eyes on different people. Yeah, in a way it's great because some people discover you this way. But in a certain way, you like, what's the point of subscribing? I found you through a Abba and Preach comment. Yeah, I figured out. So that's and this is also something that I've been telling people. When you want to be discovered, go on YouTube. If you have a show yourself, go on YouTube and go and comment here and there, because that's how people will discover you exactly. And you are proof of that. You found me through a comment and then you just click by curiosity and then you came here and boom. Maybe you'll be back Sunday for the next show. Maybe you'll be like, oh, that was horrible. I hate this guy. Too much time on their hand, my people. It brings visibility because they have figured out who you are. Yeah, it depends. Dopamine rush is what is pulling them in arguments on platforms. Yeah. But to me, do you do overdose of that? Listen, all this anxiety and stress that it brings to have this rush, I'm scared in the future that people just become, it hurts them on the long run. We'll see. They will learn. I mean, they're learning now. I mean, they're still trying, but hey, they believe what they believe. There's nothing I can do. But listen, that's all I had for you tonight. As I wanted to tell everybody, this is the if you loved this show and you love that conversation, as always, give me some unicorns in the chat. And listen, as I was telling you, you make sure that you take decisions not at the end of the year. You take decisions for leaps of times. If you take decisions for every 5 years or every 7 years and you just see your life as a boat that is just roaming on the sea. When a new year passes, it's just from one day to the next day. And then you can concentrate more on whatever you're trying to reach out there in the future, on the long run. It's the trying to see the world more as in the long term, so you can maybe take smaller decision for the medium term, and then you don't have to take any decision on the day to day because you are busy looking forward to the goal. And this is the way I live. This is why 2020, 2021 are kind of blending. Very strange years. It's very strange to be in a pandemic. Like, it's something that we will be like, yo, we've lived that, you know, like those who lived that 100 years ago, 50 years ago, the last big plagues that were in the world. It's very special. And again, my heart goes to all of us because we all lost someone. And listen, rest in peace to Grishka Bogdanov. This is part of my childhood. And General Defao, amazing Congolese singer that died from COVID yesterday. Rest in peace to both of them, and rest in peace to everybody that we lost. And I think this is the thing that is taking the most toll on me and most people. Even if we have to move forward, but when you think about it, we're like, yo, we lost so much people. Like, it's like, and I see, you know, 2022, we'll see. We don't have the future, but I see so much. I think a lot of people who were comfortable in whatever position they were, they're gonna see in 2022 that this position is not guaranteed. And you know, that's what's interesting to me for 2022. But if I have an advice to everybody, is, you know, keep believing in yourself. You know, believe in yourself, believe in your ideas. Ideas are nothing. Execution is what matters. If you execute properly, anything can be done. And I'm gonna leave you with a song. What can I play? I'm gonna play you a song from my latest album. It's a song called I'm gonna play It's Not Too Late. It's a song called It's Not Too Late with Irina França. And before I go, let me tell you that this show is brought to you by Shadaware.com, the gods of good fortune. Thank you to all the brand new subscribers. Thank you if it's the first time you come. I hope you enjoyed yourself. As always, go to the channel and leave a comment somewhere. At the end of this video or any other videos that's there in the channel, leave a like and a comment. It's always a pleasure. And, you know, I will see you when I see you. And what did I say I was playing? It's not too late. There it is. Not now. Not now. Calm down. Calm down. It's been a pleasure. And if I don't see you before that, Happy New Year to everybody. We see each other in 2022. And if I go live on Friday, so tomorrow, Friday in the middle of the night, I'll see if you guys are there. So it will depend if I go out or if I stay home. With all these restrictions, I might stay home, so I might go live, maybe not for hours, but maybe for 30 minutes. So if you guys are there, just make sure that you are pimped out, because I'll call you in video conference. I invite people to come and show up and see what they're doing for the new year. So Happy New Year to everybody, and good night, and see you in 2022. Stay sexy and stay real. Bless.
Remember when I told you that I never let you down? Well, look at us now. I guess that's what they said, but say never. You got it coming for you with your madness, all the sadness in this house. You got it coming for you with your madness, all the sadness in this house.
It's not too late, it's not too late. My heart ain't ready for this sudden heartbreak. It's not too late, not too late. My heart ain't ready for this sudden heartbreak.
I wish I had another way, an alternate reality. A different storyline, where you would be the angel of my utopia. You got it coming for you.